hasn't slept in probably 7 days.
Alrighty boys, what is up? Welcome back to another video. If you clicked on this, it's probably because you want to learn how to start a simple ad formula, which is a CCV, cold conversion very broad, or cold campaign on Facebook Meta ads. So, but I'll show you guys literally for free because I know I struggled with this when I started. So yeah, let's hop right into it. All right, so let's get right into this. Obviously, this is going to be basically your whole entire Facebook. We manage all the campaigns and where all the magic really happens. This is my personal account. Remember, you have your personal, and then you should have your business portfolio above your personal. So this is my business portfolio within my personal. Obviously, I've never run campaigns. I was just kind of messing around with it. So first thing you do is hit this create tab. Pretty simple. The buying type should always be auction. And here is where we're going to see all of your objectives, right? So if you're trying to get good reach, video views, you're going to use awareness, traffic to get link clicks. So this would be for SMS. This is what you use. Same thing, engagement, video views, conversions, calls, leads. Calls, this would be more like lead gen stuff if you're trying to get clients for if you're trying to get more clients for the business you're working for, so car rental shops or whatever it is. Ad promotion, never mess with this. And then sales is what we're going to do today, because primarily what a CCVB is a cold conversion, very broad, and our whole point is to get conversions, obviously, / sales for the client. So right here we have our ad campaign. So now you can name this whatever you want. I like to call it CCVB, CCVB, and then T, and then solo. So this just stands for cold conversion, very broad, top of funnel. This is more complex stuff. So you have the top of funnel, middle funnel, and low funnel. If you want to learn more about that stuff, more deep in detail, you guys can join my inner circle. So, and then obviously I just put my name solo. So right here we got Advantage Plus. We always want to turn that off. But first thing you're gonna do is the categories, you don't have to mess with that. Never touch that stuff. Auction, always have it on auction, like I said. And then same thing, you don't have to mess with this. Always turn Advantage Plus off unless you want to do some more advanced stuff. But for CCVB, typically I don't have this on. Now daily budget, you're always gonna do daily budget, not lifetime. You can always mess around with this. Obviously I always prefer nothing under 30, so we could just go with 35. Then you click show more settings, same thing, never mess with this stuff. You don't need to add a ad scheduling unless obviously you're planning for a drop, but typically I don't use this, I'll just do it manually. A/B testing off, and the same thing, all this off. So then we're gonna go next. Now this is your actual ad set. This is where you're gonna separate like your videos and your posts, your carousels, whatever it is. So for example, we're gonna go CCVBT, and then this could be pics. So cold conversion, very broad, top of funnel, and this would be all my pictures. Now, obviously you can do website or website and shop or website. Typically I'll just do website. And we're gonna do maximize number of conversions always. Then you wanna add your pixel here. Typically your client would kind of send you that stuff with your Shopify, but we're not gonna do that for time's sake. I don't really need it. Now, a lot of you guys don't know, but a attribution setting, basically meaning, let's just say someone sees your ad, right clicks on it and adds it to cart, maybe doesn't purchase it, but comes back 7 days later and ends up buying it. That's gonna count towards our commission, because Meta tracks all that stuff. So it gives you 7 days for that person to come back and buy that product. But anyways, same thing, you could add scheduling. I don't ever really recommend this just because it can mess up with your stuff. Show more settings, nothing too important here. Now this is more advanced stuff. If you want to do, suggest an audience and all that stuff, I don't really mess with that. Typically what I do though is minimum age, obviously 18. Don't mess with that. And then same thing. I don't really mess with this. I'm not sure why the skippable ads is here. There's kind of a new update, but I don't touch any of that stuff. Now, typically I do narrow it down depending on the brand. So usually I do like 18 to, 34 max for clothing brands specifically. Realistically, depending on the brand, anyone older than 35, it probably isn't gonna buy like a streetwear hoodie. So this is the only type of narrowing I do. Everything else, I literally leave. Same thing with genders, demographics. This is more for an interest campaign. We don't mess with that. So one thing I do is age 18 to 34, because again, we want it very broad. And then as you guys can see, our estimate is from 42 million to 49 million estimated with the $30 $30 daily budget. Now here is where you're gonna actually choose the ad. So here, same thing, could be my picks, right? obviously you're gonna link it up to whatever Facebook. For example, I guess we could do this client. You're gonna connect the Instagram account. Actually, I don't want to mess with this stuff, so I'll just put. Actually, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so obviously you link it up with your client's account, link up the Instagram, and then actually create the ad. Now you can do create the ad where you actually manually upload the photos. You can use an existing post or use Creative Hub Mockup. I've never used that. Typically, I create the ad or use existing post. Then right here we got manual upload, never return Advantage Plus. This is where you're actually, so flexible is, I've never used flexible, but single image or videos where, just single image or video. Carousel are the ones where you swipe through, so there's 3 to 4. And then collection, same thing, I've never used that. Typically I turn advertiser ads off. And then, yeah, so if we were to do single image, we want to put our website here. So whatever it is, www.soloscales. Obviously this isn't a real one. This is where you put your client's website. It's going to show a preview of what it looks like. Now, obviously, again, this is all going to be lagged out because this isn't real. But you'll be able to see what the ad actually looks like. And then, obviously, you want to turn this off because your whole point is to get sales, not calls or any of this stuff. And then this is where you actually add the picture. So, go next right here. This is the primary. So, buy one, get one free. Now you could add headlines. I don't really add headlines, and then description. So coming soon, order, coming soon, order. Oh, what the, you can't even, okay, coming soon. Yeah, so we just leave it at that. Now, call to action, again, always make sure that this should be order now or shop now, because if your goal is to get a conversion and a sale, that's what you want. Now right here is where we actually add the images. This isn't linked up, so I can't actually add anything. It's on my client's account, but that's pretty much all it is. One thing I would say too is always turn Advantage Plus options off. It's not showing for me because I didn't actually upload anything, but if I were to have Advantage Plus, I would turn all those off because it does random stuff like add music you really wouldn't want. And then yeah, you would just publish it from there. Again, I'm not going to do it because this is my client's account. We're not actually launching anything, so I'm just delete it. But all you guys would do is publish. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. And then obviously it's in your draft, it would say processing if you were to actually, see it, and then you could see all of your, stats right there. But yeah, it was super simple how to set up your very first cold conversion, very broad campaign. And then yeah, if you guys want more detail, make sure you go follow my Instagram, TikTok, personal, and business. I always have sauce in there. But yeah, boys, I'll catch you in the next one.